Hey, how's it going? It's Walsh here, sick as always. Today I'm bringing you my first episode of my new season called Brick It or Build It. Basically, we take a unique item, usually it's a weapon, but it can be pretty much anything, try to double corrupt it, try to hit something really cool on it or interesting or really janky, and we try to force a build out of it. So this is still going to be a build guide, so just like all my build guides, I don't want to waste your time. If you want to listen to my bullcrap, you can just go to the PoB, check the notes, it has all the information you need, and you don't have to listen to me at all. So while we have some sample footage in the background, let's talk about the unique in episode 1 of Brick It or Build It. So we are using the Brain Rattler, which we double corrupted. It's a pretty nice corrupts. We got free fortify, so we have a 7 link weapon, and we got a little bit of damage. Granted, we should have gotten the quality to 30% first, but I mean, like, realistically, I double corrupt so much stuff, I can't get everything to 30%. So, I mean, you just have to, like, take your losses on stuff like that. So let's talk about the weapon and what it's providing for us. First of all, flat 50% chance to shock, which is absolutely insane. And 50% of our damage is converted to lightning. That with smite by itself gives us 100% conversion, so we don't have to think anything about conversion. On top of the free conversion, we also get shocking enemies as though we're doing 300% more damage, which is absolutely insane and does way more than you think. We shock Sirus for around 35 to 40%, which is just nuts. We have nothing for shock on our tree, absolutely nothing. And you could easily argue that we're using a really low DPS weapon because I think it's like, what, 500 DPS or something like that? And these days, that's nothing. Attack speed is nothing to be impressed about, and the flat crit is just 5, so there's nothing crazy there. So we're getting all of this extra damage just from these shocks, and honestly, I think without that one mod, I don't think Brain Rattler would be worth using at all. It's definitely the best effect. 20% damage penetration, which is obviously huge. And we get this kind of pseudo temp chains effect where we reduce their cast speed, not their attack speed, and their movement speed. So it kind of gives you this weird. I wouldn't say it's a defense layer, it's like half a layer, but it is pretty nice. Not gonna lie to you, it's pretty nice to just like slow enemies down because what's really cool about Smite, as you can see if you're watching in the background, just getting like the additional one or two strikes to hit an extra target, like, ideally, you want to get your gloves to get more than that, but my gloves only have +1 strike target, and then I have the +1 strike target on the tree. And my clear speed is insane. So it's pretty nice. You slow everything down, you can stay far away from them, you can just hit them from a distance. You kind of become this ranged character, which is pretty cool. So we're going to quickly go over the tree right now. You're going to notice really quickly when you look at the notes, some of the stuff I'm recommending to you. I don't have some of the stuff. For example, really quickly, I'm going to talk about my belt. I do not have the gain critical strike, or sorry, gain a flash charge on critical strike. I have it on my other character, and for a little bit, I was swapping them back and forth. But like, I really don't like gear cannibalizing. You know, like taking gear from your other character and using it on the other. I don't know, just not really into it. Just something I don't do, but I strongly recommend you get the mod. I don't have it just because I'm lazy, to be honest with you. But I just wanted to touch on that really quick. So if you look at the tree, it's pretty straightforward. You know, you can see our damage. It's okay. And this just, this is against Sirus. You know, we don't have Onslaught. We don't have our Flask on or anything like that. Around 1.3 million DPS. Our life pool is okay. I mean, we are a zerker, but we are not using Aspect of Carnage because I'm not crazy. If you were crazy, you could drop this, go like that, and you do a lot of damage. Granted, you will die a lot more, but if you also want to be even more crazy, you could drop this and go like this, and then you have almost 2 mil without changing anything else. Wouldn't recommend that as I don't like being glass cannons, but just know that is something you can do. So I don't want to waste your time, so let's go jump into the notes really quickly. Um, so this build is mainly a mapping character. I would definitely strongly recommend. You could actually league start this. You don't have to use Brain Rattler, but I am going to be talking about Brain Rattler because that's the entire point of this series. So if you have a Brain Rattler, even if it's not 6 link, you can use your body armor. Go ahead and just go blasting. Honestly, like, it's so good at mapping. You're just so fast. You fly around the map, even if you don't have 75 rates like I do. As long as you have at least 60, you're going to be good to go. You're going to jump around like crazy. Boss damage is pretty good. You could even use this character for like just an insane yellow map farmer. Like if you were just trying to, like, let's say you were doing like bestiary or whatever, whatever challenge you're trying to do, or even just stockpile some currency. Really good, easy character to just quickly farm tier 10s or 11s or 12s or whatever. It's going to take more investment to make tier 14 plus feel good, but it can absolutely get there. Not exactly the greatest bosser, as you can see from my damage. you're not going to really die unless you have a hard time dodging, just because you're so fast. Like, once you have 75 rage, leap slam is just like instant. You're just like, boom, 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 boom. You just fly around. It's beautiful. I love it. Gearing is pretty easy. As you can see, pretty much everything we're wearing is rare except for our weapon and a couple jewels. I've got Watcher's High and Replica Conqueror's Efficiency because I'm a Zerker. Why wouldn't you? But other than that, you're basically just crafting with Essence and Harvest, doing some Sentinel crafting, and it's honestly, it's pretty easy to gear up. Last thing I'm going to touch on is the Cluster Jewel. Obviously, I have a pretty insane one. I have three notables. The only two you need are Fuel the Fight and Feed the Fury. If you can't get that, just go ahead and all the points you would spend up here, and you're going to have to lose a couple points, maybe take some points off of the melee crit or something like that. Come down here and grab Life and Mana Leech. Going to cost you like 6 or 7 points. It's okay. I mean, it's not going to feel amazing, but like it'll definitely do its job. Just get that mana leech. You could anoint it too if you really wanted to just, anoint mana leech. I wouldn't recommend it, but that's a route you can take. Anyway, I'm going to have another couple of samples for you at the end of this video, but I'm not going to talk anymore. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoy the Brain Rattler. Hope you give it a try. I will say I gave this build like a 7 out of 10. It wasn't the strongest character, but it was a really janky weapon, and it was really fun to play. Honestly, I'm going to keep going back to it, try to see if I can slowly push it, see how much damage I can get out of it without making it really glass cannon. But overall, love the build, very fun. I'm still, even as the weeks go on, I'm going to be using every now and then, just to do some mapping, just because it's really smooth. Anyway, hope you enjoy. If you want to see the clips at the end, go right ahead. They'll be there for you. But if not, thank you for watching, and I'll see you another time.